Hello everyone, this is Miss Chen. I'm from Future Academy. Today we are going to talk about an interesting question under indices, and it is more likely to be under A Math of Sec 3. Okay, first of all, let's look at the question. There's a given condition: 2 to the power of 2x plus 2 multiplied by 5 to the power of x minus 2 equals to 8x times 5 to the power of 2x. Evaluate. The question is to evaluate 10 to the power of x. I'm going to use white color pen to write down all the important steps that you need to present in your assessment, in your assignment. And I'll use other color pen to denote those important concepts or important laws that we have to apply in the question. Okay. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'll rewrite the given equation first. As this is a given condition, we can use it directly. So first of all, do you see there's 2 and 5? 2, 5, and 8 as different base. When we want to apply law of indices, for example, a to the power of m times a to the power of n equals to a to the power of n plus n, or a to the power of m whole thing to the power of n equals to a to the power of the product of mn. We need to make sure the base are the same, right? So first of all, 5 and 5, they are the same. But 2 and 8, 2 and 8, are they similar or different? Or is there any relationship between them? Hey, do you know 8 could be expressed as 2 to the power of 3? Am I right? So I actually want to see smaller base on both sides of the equation. So basically I'm going to convert 8 to 2 to the power of 3. Okay, so So 8 become 2 to the power of 3. I want to put the bracket there, okay, as an intermediate step. So 5 to the power of 2x, still copy. But when I'm solve equation, or manipulate equation, do I need to leave the left hand side blank? No, this is not what we normally do. We still need to copy down, though they might be exactly the same as the previous step. Okay, so what can I do now? I can actually break down 2 to the power of 2x plus 2 times 2 to the power of 2x and then multiply by 2 to the power of 2. Which law do I apply here? Is this one. Okay, a to the power of m times a to the power of n equals to a to the power of m plus n. So if I have a to the power of m, in this case is 2x, and the n in this case is 2, I can actually change it from the right hand side to the left hand side. I'll copy the rest, and I'm going to do manipulation. 2 to the power of 3 whole thing to the power of x is 2 to the power of 3x. Okay, then multiply by 5 to the power of 2x. So can I divide 2 to the power of 2x on both sides of the equation? I can. So I'm going to have a simplified version. For 5 to the power of x minus 2, I'm also going to do a little bit manipulation. Okay, this become x. Because when I have 2 to the power of 3x divided by 2 to the power of 2x, I will have 2 to the power of 3x minus 2x, which gives me 2 to the power of x. That's why on the right hand side, when I divide the whole expression by 2 to the power of 2x, 2 to the power of 3x become 2 to the power of x. Okay, so for 5 to the power of 2x, I'll still copy it down. Okay. So do you see 5 to the power of x, 5 to the power of 2x? Same as the previous step. What I can do is I'm going to divide by 5 to the power of 2x now. Five to the power of x divide by 5 to the power of x. So I'm going to have 2 to the power of 2 times 5 to the power of negative 2 equals to 2 to the power of x times 5 to the power of x. You may be wondering, hey, how come I can find 5 to the power of x on the right hand side after I divide the whole thing by 5 to the power of x? So the reason is left hand side already divided by this, right? So the right hand side (5 to the power of 2x) divided by 5 to the power of x. It gives me 5 to the power of 2x minus x, which is 5 to the power of x. Okay. So then we can see, hey, for the right hand side, can I combine them? Okay, can I do anything? Because I can change it to 2 times 5 whole thing to the power of x. Do you agree with me? And the left hand side is 4 multiplied by 1 over 25. Which law do I use here? Okay, so first of all, let's talk about from this step to the next step. Now I have a to the power of m times b to the power of n. They do not have the same base, but they have the same power. By law of indices, I can combine the base to a, b, whole thing to the power of m. Do you agree with me? And for 5 to the power of negative 2, it is same as 1 over 5 to the power of 2. Therefore, it is 1 over 25. 25 come from 5 squared. So I can continue 4 over 25 equals to 10 to the power of x. And please write the final answer statement. Therefore, 10 to the power of x equals to 4 over 25. Okay. Some of the students may stop here. They are very happy about this step. But do we accept that? Not really. Because the question is to evaluate this 10 to the power of x, you need to make sure it is the subject of formula. Okay, eventually 10 to the power of x become the subject of formula, appear on the left hand side of the equation, and that is the equivalent value. Now let's look at the whole question. This question, it is quite obvious you shall apply law of indices because all the terms are expressed in terms of indicial form. And your question is 10 to the power of, find the value of 10 to the power of x. When you see this term evaluate, what does it mean? Sometimes students not sure what to do when they say evaluate. Evaluate, you shall actually think about, hey, what is the value of it? Valuate. Valuate means you need to find the value. Most likely should be numerical value, something like this. Okay, normally you don't have any more variable. So throughout the question, you have to apply different law of indices. For example, for a to the power of n times a to the power of n, this is the indices law you need to apply. Okay, and when you have different base, okay, like 2 and 8, they are different base, but you can convert 8 to 2 to the power of 3 to make it the same base, so that you can manipulate, right? And at this particular step, when they have different base but the same power, what can you do? Combine the base and put the common power there. That's our final answer, that 10 to the power of x equals to 4 over 25. That's I would say this is not a very simple question, especially when students just start learning this topic. They don't really know what to do. My suggestion is, when you see an initial question and you are not very sure what to do, you shall try to simplify first. Simplify as in make them the same base and try to see whether you can eliminate the power when they have a common power. Something like this step, you can divide it by the common power, so it becomes slightly simplified. And slowly you will see, hey, I'm looking for 10 to the power of x, the value of it, and I can solve it. Okay, that's all for the lecture today. Thank you.